All right, guys, we are here with a special guest today. Can you introduce yourself for us?
Yes, I am Genesis Roberts. My Instagram is Gyminigen.
Gemini, okay. Gemini Gen. I know a lot of people, kind of mess that up. Some people say Gemini. Even
Yeah.
I was thinking Jim and Gen. Totally missed the I. So, what gave you the inspiration for that name?
So my mom did. So I was thinking about so many names, like, what can I do? Body by, stuff that's like kind of popular. And I was talking to my mom, and she's like a writer, so she's real creative. That was never me. So I asked her, she was like, "You're a Gemini. You be in the gym, Gemini Jen. Your name Jen." I was like, "Perfect." She came up with this on the spot, like on the spot. So I was like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's how you know when it's the one, when it just click like that and you go
yeah.
with it. Yeah. All right, so we're here to talk about your fitness journey and
Uh-huh.
your own personal fitness journey. How did you get into it? The different roadblocks you have. So, can you just start us from the beginning of your
Okay.
fitness journey and lead us all the way up to present day?
Okay. So I've always been heavily involved in sports all through high school. I was actually eating very healthy in high school. Like I was playing basketball. My parents were really healthy because my dad's he used to cook all the time. My mom's a vegan, so I started there just being really healthy, and then I started lifting weights in high school as well. Of course, we did things with the basketball team, but I was just doing my own thing. So we had this thing in high school where it was like a colloquium, like it was a whole day where we could just do our own thing. I went to Lim Bloom. So we used to do it was like a fitness colloquium. So I used to train my friends like in high school, like junior year. So that's really where it started. So then when I got to college, I didn't continue playing basketball like I did in high school. And I just was a manager for the basketball team. And I just started lifting just like them, like lifting, just going to the gym. I was cool with a lot of them, so I just used to do my own thing as well. And then I was only in college for a year because I had this awakening. So I left and I started working at LA Fitness. So that's really what started me working really hard, working harder than I used to. Because of course I used to see all my colleagues like getting it in. Our trainers were swole. So I was like, let me start lifting with them. At that time, I was doing a lot of cardio. And then when I got there, I switched and started lifting, bulking. I went through this whole phase of eating crazy, trying to just gain all this weight. So that's where I started to really want to work out, like really lift hard, just because I was at LA Fitness. So that's where it started, and then it was up from there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Up from now. So,
whole story.
what what are some of the roadblocks that you face on a daily, the weekly, the even monthly basis within your journey? And I want you to like go into things as far as like things like you're tired,
Yeah.
right? Or you want to have this to eat instead of what you should eat, things like that.
Okay, I would definitely say a schedule. I know that's an excuse we hear all the time. Like your schedule's so busy, so it's like, how do I fit in working out? Sometimes it's like, do I work out or do I go take a nap? So that's one of my biggest ones right now. Of course, as your schedule gets busier, you just make more excuses. So it's really the time. And then with eating, I don't even have an excuse for that right now. No excuse for the eating, so I do have meal prep. So that makes things easier. But if I didn't have that, I know that when I was not, having meal prep, I used to it was so brunches, especially in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
Especially in the summer. So brunches, all type of stuff with my friends. So I would definitely say time and eating what I want to eat sometimes, but just gotta stay strong. Yeah.
Okay. So I noticed on Instagram that you actually, you work out and you're still very consistent
Yeah.
on top of, being a personal trainer. And, we have crazy schedules where we may have a gap, 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. How are you able to still actually focus on yourself and still work out in the midst of days like we have? Like, what is it that drives you?
Okay. I always just want to be my best self. I'm a trainer, so of course my days are like packed, as you know. So I'm just like, I'm practicing. I gotta practice what I preach. I'm talking to my clients now. Of course, my motivation is different than it used to be. It's just like, okay, I want to be my best self. I want to be strong. Now it's like, I can't slack because they gonna see me out slacking, lacking, and not being able to do what they can do. So now it's different. Of course, it changes. Just like, of course, it's like I gotta be my best self, but then it's also I gotta be my best self because other people are watching me. My clients try to challenge me all the time. Can you even lift this? So I gotta make sure I'm on point.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, just continue to get better. Not going back, going forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you ever get tired?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you ever feel like you don't want to do it?
Yeah.
But you always remind yourself that
Yeah.
you want to be your best self.
Yep. I always remind myself that.
Okay. Cool. Now, what was your why when you first started fitness? What was your why for getting into it?
Well, one, getting stronger, getting, a little booty.
Little thick, slim thick, come on.
That was like, slim thick, something. Yeah, but that was it. Most women, we just be wanting to get a little, thick. And then, of course, it comes more things than that. I want to get strong. But of course, it was that.
Right.
It was that at first, and then it was more.
Okay. And so, is that still the same, or did it change?
Yeah. I definitely want to get stronger. I just want to get stronger at certain lifts, really, because like deadlifting, I just want more power. Of course, at first it started as it really started as athletic. I was doing more athletic things at first, and I started doing more like glute training, and then now it's more like I'm doing more upper body. I'm just trying to get strong like all the way around, like more power, more. Okay. It just changes just to keep it interesting. Sometimes it just gets a little boring. You just gotta figure out what else do I want to do? What else is gonna keep me engaged?
Okay, cool. And so you don't have to go into crazy details, but what lifts do you practice to build your body? And what's a typical workout like for Gyminigen?
All right, so we gotta have the hip thrust. Okay. Over time, I've realized its importance even more. Like, of course, like training, starting out when I was working out, like in college, and just after that, I didn't realize the importance of hip thrust. And now it's just involved in every lift, and every time I do legs specifically, even in a full body day. So a hip thrust, a deadlift. I just like a deadlift. It's fun to me. So I love a deadlift. Got to keep that in there. A squat. Not my favorite. But you gotta add it in there. You gotta be well-rounded. So, so those three moves. And then I also like, if I'm doing upper body, I do like military press. I don't know what it is about. I just feel strong. I feel like,
It's one of those movements. You know what? Actually,
powerful.
It's crazy you say that because the physiology of an overhead press, it increases your confidence. Yeah. It's scientific studies to back this up because when you put your hands over your head like that, it just makes you feel powerful. Yeah. You change your physiology. So I like that you said that.
In a row, I'm getting better at, loving upper body. I actually prefer it sometimes. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually like upper body more now, just like as I get more like farther along,
Okay. And so how many years have you been on fitness journey?
I say since 2015, because that was in high school. So I was back to the days when I was doing it when I was lifting in high school. That's like that junior year. That's what started it. Of course, I got more and more like more focused, more serious about it. But that's when it really started. Yeah. So I'll say then. Of course, I was doing anything too crazy at that time, lifting, but I wasn't too knowledgeable at the time. But yeah.
Okay.
Back in 2015.
All right. So I want to ask you now, how has your personal fitness journey helped you as a professional trainer? How does that help you in a professional realm?
Well, one, I just know what it's like. Not starting off. Of course, I've had times when I was up and then getting back into it, it just feels like you're a beginner again, So I know what that's like, and I think I'm able to I'm really able to understand it. You know, working with my clients, a lot of them be like, no, I can't. I'm like, yeah, you can. You just haven't done it yet. So it really helps me understand them, right? I know what it takes to get there. So I tell them, like, look, doing this right here, this not gonna get you nowhere. Okay, so I know what it takes to get there. So it helps that I've been through it, and that I've also started out. You know, so this ain't like this forever. Okay. You know, you have to get somewhere. So yeah, it helps me with my clients. Love y'all. Y'all watch.
Nice. All right, so we know about nutrition. We know that nutrition is important. It's about 100% of your results and everything. A lot of people want to know about supplementation. Is it important to you? Do you have a current regimen of supplementation?
So yeah, I don't do the drugs, right? The drugs, but I do take my vitamins daily. When I started out, of course, I felt like I needed everything. I'm buying everything. I'm getting protein. I'm getting the CLA. I'm getting the carnitine. Everything, a pre-workout and everything. But now it's just like, as I get into it, I'm like, I don't need all those things. Like protein, of course, is a supplement. So if I feel like I'm not getting enough, I'm gonna add it in. But for the most part, I'm eating, okay? Missing no meals. Okay, so but for the most part, I don't need it. But if, of course, it's a supplement. So if you feel like you're not getting enough, I'm gonna go ahead. So same thing with like fat burners and things like that. Like if you need a little extra, of course, it's nice to have. Pre-workout, if you feel like you need more energy, go ahead, But of course, look at the nutrition. Like, there's a lot of stuff in some of this stuff. But yeah, just make sure, if you need it, go ahead. But you don't need everything, and some of the stuff you're getting already. All right, so you just have to think about what you need. What extra do I need? Because most times we don't even need it.
Nice. Yeah. I like that. All right, so we pretty much covered everything. We started, from the beginning of your journey to even the creation of your name, from your whys, how they changed over the years. So is there anything you want to tell anyone watching this that may be, following your journey and inspired by you? Just one thing, like what's one thing that you would tell someone that's watching you and how to get into their own journey and stay the course?
Okay. Just do it. I was like, just do it. Get out. Can I cuss? Okay, cuss. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Get up. Get to it. You got to start. Because I have a start today. Because it gets harder it gets harder in the future. People my age, when I'm 22, about to be 23, people be like, man, I'm gonna be good for, till I'm 30. Then you get there and then it's harder. It's harder on that journey. So whatever you wanna do, start it now. Start it before it gets, it gets hard, right? We get lazier or whatever the case as you keep on putting it off. So start now. And if you need some help, it's a lot of great trainers in the city, okay? There's a lot of great trainers in the city, Got Johnathan, everybody. So find a trainer, get to it, or get to it on YouTube.
All right. Nice. Thank you, Gemini, Genesis. Thank you for coming through and providing us with this great information. Can you let us know where we can find you on social media and any platforms?
Gyminigen, Gyminigen. No, it's not Gymini. So if you meet me, don't say Gymini.